Hello everyone and welcome to Rajput, Jain and Associate. In this video, we will discuss about OSP registration. So we will begin this video with the meaning of OSP license. So OSP stands for Other Service Providers, referring to the service provided in the telecommunication industry which uses telecom resources. It involves BPO, call centers, e-commerce, telebanking, telemedicine, education and other IT-enabled services. Department of Telecommunication under the new Telecom Policy 1999 made it compulsory for the OSP using telecom services to obtain such license. Now we come on to the overview of OSP. So in February 2000, the Telecom Commission formulated terms and conditions with regard to OSPs. According to the terms and conditions, OSPs should not provide switched telephony and are allowed to take telecom resources from authorized telecom service providers only. Department of Telecommunication provides registration to telecom resources, providing an array of services which include services like telebanking, call center and other IT-enabled services. So basically there are two types of OSPs. First is domestic OSP. The OSPs providing services of telebanking, teletrading, telemedicine, e-commerce, network operation center, call center and other IT-enabled services within the national boundaries, that is within India, are known as domestic OSPs. And the other one is known as international OSP. The OSPs providing services of telebanking, teletrading, telemedicine, e-commerce, network operation center, call center and other IT-enabled services beyond the national boundaries, that is outside India, are known as international OSPs. Next is the applicability of OSP registration. So OSP registration is mandatory for the service providers in India providing services like telemedicine, telecommunication and other IT-enabled services and is using telecom resources. Now having discussed about the meaning and applicability of OSP registration, we now come on to the prerequisites for obtaining OSP registration. So in order to obtain registration, it is mandatory for the entity to be a private limited company. Following documents are necessary for OSP registration in addition to the application in the prescribed form. And these documents are, first one is the Certificate of Incorporation of the Private Limited Company, the Memorandum of Association and the Article of Association of the said company, a board resolution or a power of attorney authorizing the authorized signatory to file the application on behalf of the entity, the name of business and the activities that are proposed, the list of directors, and lastly the present shareholding of the company. The above documents must be certified with seal of the company secretary or director of the company or any statutory auditor or public notary. Next we have the compliances of OSP. The license for OSP is valid for a period of 20 years if not expressly mentioned otherwise. Annual return of an OSP is submitted to the Department of Telecommunication mentioning the activities undertaken and present status of OSP. Furthermore, annual return for OSP license renewal must be submitted within 6 months of the completion of the financial year. It is noteworthy that it is mandatory for OSP to maintain compliance with the terms and conditions that are prescribed by the Department of Telecommunications for the OSP. Now finally, let's discuss some of the frequently asked questions about OSP registration. So first one is, what is the validity of such license? So OSP license is valid for a period of 20 years from the date of issue, which can be further extended up to 10 years each at the time of renewal. Then, more than one registration can be obtained by the company. So in answer to this, we can very well say that yes, after receiving registration for one location, the OSP can apply for another location providing the OSP license of the obtained location and a copy of incorporation by ROC. Next question is is OSP registration transferable? So no. Transfer of OSP registration from one private limited company to another is prohibited by the Department of Telecommunication. After that, when is the operational OSP list put in the active OSP list? After the submission of the annual return, once the status is validated, the operational OSPs shall be put in the active OSP list. After that, the question comes when to submit the annual return after registration. So after the completion of the financial year, the annual return is to be submitted within 6 months from the end of the said financial year. The annual return must indicate the details of the activity of the previous financial year and the status of their continuing as the OSP business. Next, what if the annual return is not submitted? So those OSPs who do not submit their annual return for a consecutive 3 financial years will be put in the dormant list, and their registration will be cancelled after keeping them for 2 years in the dormant list. Such a list would be made available on the DOT website respectively. Next question is, what are the domestic OSP and international OSP, and can they have interconnectivity? So OSP providing the application services within the national boundaries of India is known as domestic OSP, whereas the OSPs providing application services beyond the national boundaries of India are known as international OSPs. However, it is to be noted that the interconnectivity between international and domestic OSPs are not allowed. So this was all about OSP registration. For more details, contact Rajput, Jain and Associates. Thank you.